Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 4 Deep Dive. We're going to add a couple of cool things to help make our winning and us transitioning to a different level just a little bit more fun for our game. So, to start off, something that we can do that's a little bit extra to our win screen is we can actually have it update and do a couple of newer things that we didn't have before. So, to start off, if you can see, I decided to delete my backdrop because for this, we actually want it to be a little bit uh, invisible so you can see kind of the background of it, uh, which is what we want. So if you still want to keep your background, there is something that we can do. So what I would suggest is I would first delete the backdrop for those of you who have a backdrop and leave it clear like this. For those of you who already have this clear, then you don't have to do this step. So we're going to go back into our code, and the first thing that we're going to do is go into our yellow events tab, and we're going to add a when I receive green flag. We're going to change this to win, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add a wait 1 second and add this to 2, because we wanted to wait a little bit before after the win screen shows up to then do the animation. And then inside of control, we're going to add a forever underneath. We're going to add another wait 1 second inside of the forever. And then we're going to go into looks and add a change color effect by 25. So what this will do is going to start making the colors of the actual costume here change, which is really cool. You can also change the amount of wait time. I would suggest being careful with this because if you make it too low, then it's going to be flashing different colors really quickly. So anywhere between 0.5 and 1 is best. If you do 2 or 3 wait seconds, then it's going to be too long before it changes the color. But if it's too short, then it flashes a little bit too much. So anywhere, again, between 1 and 0.5 is perfect for this. And you can also lower this wait time to 1. So once you guys play around with it and kind of see what you guys want, you can kind of test that out and change the code or tweak it a little bit to best fit your game. The other thing that you can also do, so you can either just add this or you can also add this with this change color. We can go into the yellow events tab. We can add another when I receive green flag and change this to win. And then we're going to go into control, add a wait 1 second, change this to 2, add a forever, and then go into motions, and then this is up to you guys whether you want to move left or right. I'll use this turn right, and then I can pick the degrees that I want. The lower the number, the slower it is. The higher the number, the faster it is. So you guys can play around with the turn degree number, all you guys want, and then again, making sure that it's not too fast, because if it's too fast, it's going to be hard to read. That's the only thing. But other than that, you guys can play around with the number, and then go into control and add another wait 1 second, and change this one to 0.5. So it will turn a little bit, then wait, then turn a little bit, then wait, and it's doing that kind of effect to help slow the degrees down. So you can play around with both numbers, test it out until you guys are very happy with it. And these are cool bonuses effect that we didn't have initially to our win screen. So the last thing that we do need to do is this change color effect will actually leave whatever color it was on after you're done playing the game, and it won't revert it back to the color that it was before. So we're going to go up to where we have this when I receive green flag, and we're going to go into looks and add a clear graphic effect underneath the hide, just so that after the game is done, when you click on the green flag again, it clears everything up and it starts back to its original colors that we picked for our win screen. And then this extra step is for those of you who still want their backdrop behind. All you have to do is uh, hover over the choose a sprite, click on the paintbrush tool, and then we can add a background to win. Just going to add that. Go back to create the backdrop that I had before. And add this entire square to it. And then all I need to do is go into the win and then add this code. So the way that you copy code over is you hold onto the very top of the code so you can move everything together. You're going to place it below, and when you see it's going to start shaking a little bit where you're going to place it, once you drop it, it turns green and then it hides itself again. And we're just going to add another one right here. So now that we have these two codes, we just have to change it a little bit. So we have the, when I click green flag, we don't need this clear graphic effect because we don't have anything happening here. And we have the correct positioning for both, and that's awesome. The only last thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that it's in the correct place so that it's not covering your win screen. So we're going to go into our looks tab, and we're going to go forward a layer, and we're going to click on back. And now with all of this kind of set up, I can even show you guys without the hide. So when we click on the green flag, oh, I forgot to add the show here. And let me just add it here too. You don't have to do this part. This is just to show you that it works. So you can see that I have my actual win screen right behind the backdrop that I actually created for it. So that's perfect. So I can remove this and then add this back. And remove. So just adding this will just make sure that it's in the correct layer. So again, that part is only for those of you who still want to have a backdrop underneath their you win screen so they don't show what the level was that you've won in. So that's up to you guys. For those of you who want to keep it the same, you don't have to do that extra step. You can leave it alone and just focus on creating the last two blocks of code. So this one again is to change color. This one is to turn, and you can either pick to use one or the other or use both, and then just add this clear graphical effect, and that will be it for those of you who don't want anything in the background of your you win screen. For those of you that do, then you'll have to make sure to delete your backdrop, add it in a new layer, add these two blocks of code, and then just make sure that you also update the original code as well. And that will be it for you.